Abbey Sharp reviewed my what I ate in a day. If you feel like having snacks, do. Now we're coming to the most interesting part where I got heavily criticized. So it seems like I earned her approval. I made some career choices and I should be now not being open about them, because if I would say that I do, it would be simply a lie. Today I will be reviewing it with you. What do you think, guys? What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video with me. Another vlog slash chit-chat video, I would say. I'm wearing a rock and roll Metallica t-shirt today. That's a mood I'm in today. It's kind of gloomy out, so a perfect day to stay at home, but not really staying at home. I'm about to leave in like 30 minutes, so I'm quickly filming this video and rushing out of a house. So in today's video, very interesting. About 4 days ago, I realized actually few of my subscribers mentioned it to me, that Abbey Sharp, I hope I pronounced her name right, she's a nutritionist in YouTube, which I came across of her videos many times, and she basically reviewed my what I ate in a day. I honestly expected that one day it's gonna happen. I feel like she always jumps on those what I ate in a day videos and reviewing them. That's her kind of like business model on YouTube, so it was very interesting for me to review it as well, and I thought that today I will be reviewing it with you. What do you think, guys? Let's go. Well, before I start, I just want to like set a right note and intention to this video. This is not like, I mean, even so, her video was kind of in the end talking negatively about some of the things that I said, but I just want to say that overall, I love her YouTube channel. I think she's super informative. She's obviously very knowledgeable, and as a person who loves to learn about nutrition, this YouTube channel is super useful. So it was kind of like exciting for me to see what she thinks about my diet, because obviously she knows what she's talking about, and have her opinion as well on it. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm gonna follow her tips, but this was definitely very fun to see. Anyway, so let's start from obviously thumbnail. Very standard thumbnail. She always like kind of shows her emotion on it. I don't know, what is it like? Maybe she's surprised, maybe she's shocked. Why would you say that? She took one of my thumbnail, which is recent, so that's good. She didn't took my anorexia photo, which is good news already. So the name of this video is Dietitian Reacts to Victoria's Secret Model Vita Sidorkina. Is 2 meals enough food? So let's see if that's enough food, what she thinks. So start video from the beginning.
Lifestyle content creator documenting everything from her model workouts, aesthetic morning routines, makeup tutorials, and of course, what she eats. She's also recently shared her personal journey healing her relationship with food after suffering from an eating disorder while growing up immersed in the modeling world. But Vita is now a new mom and has a fresh new perspective on fueling her body and food.
So good news, good representation. I always find her also, actually, she's not alone in her segment. I realize there's few people that is kind of in her segment. A lot of them are like also jump on all like, you know, making fun of you and being sarcastic, where she goes right straight on point on like just purely diet, which I personally like, and you know, she did a pretty good presentation of me, so that's already good news. Let's go. So first portion of the video was basically she talked about me claiming that I switching to green tea instead of coffee on the days when I have my period, and she said it's actually proven to be truth, that there is a specific ingredient that contains in green tea that basically kind of makes you also calm in the same time as bringing you energy, so it's much better than coffee. So that's improved. Good news.
I would say in Vita's case specifically, it makes total sense not to want like a more hearty, protein and fat-rich breakfast. So I just want to reiterate that if you aren't hungry first thing in the morning, or you aren't hungry for like a full balanced meal, and you're truly giving yourself unconditional permission to eat without restrictions, then follow your intuition. Like, don't eat breakfast. Have your first meal when it feels best for you.
Seems like we're on the same page with a concept of when you wake up and you're not hungry, don't force yourself eating. My motto in dieting is just purely intuition, as I said. And me personally, I eat dinners a little bit later, so when I wake up, I don't feel hungry. And she said that it's okay not to eat if you're not hungry early in the morning. Eat whenever you're hungry. And that's exactly what I do. So we're on the same page on that one too.
We need to be responsible for what we share, and maybe just throw in something like, hey, I guess I didn't eat as much today as usual, folks, because a lot of people watching will assume that they too should be skipping breakfast and snacks.
Well, this is a fun interesting because if she saw all of my video, on a lot of my video, almost each video that I make, I claim that I'm just sharing what works for me, and I share a lot of times what works for me might not work for you, and I say all the time, if you feel like having snacks, do. So I not agree with that fact because I do always claim, and I'm kind of like, I mean, I am approaching it responsibly. I wanted people to know that they should listen to themselves, they should make their own research, and if they have problems with their body, with their health, with eating disorder, I'm not the source they need to listen. So, and I always try to messaging it in my videos, so I kind of disagree with this point that I'm not acting responsibly, and that's just simply not true.
There is great evidence of non-diet intention. So yeah, I feel like we need to do like a vegan and dairy-based taste test right now. Leave me a comment below with your thoughts.
So here we were on the same page to pick the food according to the taste, not according to like benefits. As I said, I'm very flexible. I eat cream cheese, I eat cream cheese regular. So a lot of times like people say, oh, it's a lie, you're still dieting mindset, that you're picking vegan products. How can you pick vegan products over dairy product? I mean, I don't know, everyone have a different taste, and some products I like more. Like for example, I use vegan proteins in shake, like powder, and a lot of people prefer the milk one because, I don't know, maybe it tastes better. A lot of people say that vegan protein like tends to have more of a sandier texture. I don't know, I found the vegan protein I personally like and I just use it. So I think that nowadays we have such a great substitution to a lot of products. Like I have my favorite dairy-free milk that is already tastes good. Like if you take 10 years ago where it was like maybe 1 or 2 brands that were doing dairy-free milk and it tastes horrible, yes, I agree. If you switched 10 years ago to dairy-free products that were purely by dieting restriction rather than by flavor choice.
Involving our kids in meal prep, which can help to improve new food acceptance and body autonomy. And let's be real, most of us moms can't say that their kids like fish, scalloped potatoes, olive, spinach, and goat cheese. So bravo, mama, like keep up that regular exposure.
So it seems like I earned her approval and the fact that I was modeling my daughter certain food choices. You know, my daughter loves cooking. I always involve her in that. So it is true that she agreed with the fact that it is exposure to different foods because usually kids do model what you eat. So if you want your kids to eat healthy, obviously start with you. If you want your kids to love exercising and being in shape in the future, start with yourself. So I definitely agree that it works this way. And the only reason why I do that, but it is a very good reason for moms to start healthy living, because you want to model for your child what healthy living actually means. So now we're coming to the most interesting part where I got heavily criticized, and that's something that we will dedicate a big portion of this video. So let's review it.
Low body weight. So please skip ahead if that's triggering for you.
So I worked so hard and started myself for the entire year to be on the show for the next year, and I made it. And that's kind of my second time that I was at the lowest weight. You can see the picture here. Do I regret being there and do it? No, because I think I would regret for the rest of my life not giving it a shot and not giving it all.
Okay, so this is a short clip in a much more nuanced conversation. And in the video, she kind of like flip-flops and is wish-washy on how to approach or answer that question. But regardless, that little clip there suggesting that it was not a regret, suggesting perhaps that in some ways it was worth it, really should have been edited out. This does not seem like a good message to put out into the world, especially considering Vita is now a mom to a young girl herself, who is one day potentially going to watch all of this footage of her mom and her online.
So let's focus on not regretting words, which been like kind of cut out and edited out of the main, whatever, 20 minutes video. And I think when the topic is so sensitive, when you cut out few words, you can interpret it in so many different ways. But anyway, I wanted to say a few words about what I meant and just generally kind of stand with my position of what I'm actually promoting on social media, because I feel like the way she understood what I promoted is totally different. So if somebody follows me long enough and know what kind of content I create on my Instagram and on my YouTube, I'm always promoting and telling kind of openly about my story of what I've been through and about my recovery journey, and just generally basically, I always make a point that for over a decade that I've been modeling, I had this mindset where I used to think that in order to be skinny, in shape, tone, you have to starve yourself or overwork out. Obviously, this mindset comes from pure ignorance and not knowing enough information about the body, how metabolism works, not knowing enough information about nutrition. I mean, it took me a long time to learn those things. So after 10 years, I realized that in order for me to be in shape, tone, and have a body of my dream, I do not need to starve myself and over-exercise. And that's always been the main reason why I share this content, and it's always been my messaging on every piece of content that I create about the food or exercises. So that's absolutely not true that I'm promoting eating disorder or under eating or change my mind or whatever. So that's clear, I hope. And I feel like when you already know this basic information about me and what I promote and what I stand for, you can already take the words that I said a little bit different. I said that I'm not regretting about my experience, because if I would say that I do, it would be simply a lie. I do not regret about the past experience I had, just simply because it shaped me in the person I am today. I love the outcome of my life. I love the person I became today. And I don't know if I would become the same person I am today if I wouldn't go through my modeling journey and everything else. So again, it's just talking about, do I at the moment regret the experience I've been through? No, because I don't know any other way, okay? And do I encourage someone to do the same? Absolutely no. Like for another, 30 minutes that it's been this video, I've been telling not to do those things, not to starve yourself, not to skip the meals, not to work out. So how is this promoting eating disorder? How is this promoting to do extreme things for your body? No, I'm opposite. I always say do not do that. But I think just overall, we talked about an experience of my modeling journey and how, what I put myself through. If at this specific moment I regret the past that I had, no, I do not regret it. And just to give you example with sports, because my brother plays professional hockey, so I do feel like even so I'm modeling and he's a hockey player, it is very different things, but it is kind of the same things, because I consider modeling a little bit like an athlete too, a sport, because you do start at a very young age and you have to be very dedicated to it. And if you don't start young, it's harder then to get in, even so the industry changing, and I'm happy to see the change, but at least I'm talking about the times where I started, you have to start really young in modeling. And what I wanted to say that in any sport, any athlete kind of also put their body in a lot of pressure, a lot of difficulties. Like my brother started so young the sport, and he now at age of 17 having also a lot of health issues, like his wrist hurts, muscle is torn on his I think wrist or something. Anyway, I don't know a lot of details, but he has a lot of health problems because he puts his body in so much stress with training. Is it now we consider that every athlete that is out there and putting their body in this state of extreme trainings, promoting unhealthy food or over-exercise behaviors? I don't know. You cannot compare a life of an athlete and a life of a regular person, right? Because the goals are different. So I think it's very wrong to say that every person who chose in their journey a career path that includes to put their body in extreme states is now responsible for decision of our youth. You know what I mean? So again, this is just my thoughts. I might be wrong, but this is just the way I see it. I do not see myself as a responsible just simply because I made some career choices and I should be now not being open about them. Anyway, the bottom line, I do not encourage anyone to sacrifice their health in order to achieve a career goal. But what I was trying to say, that if you made the wrong decision in your past, it doesn't mean that you have to carry and regret things in the future, because in the end, the things that maybe went wrong in your life and the wrong decisions that you made, they shape you in a person that you meant to be today. This is exactly the messaging I have. And I hope this is clear, and I hope there is no misunderstanding or misconceptions, because I do love to create those food videos. I do like to create workouts, and I in no way want to harm anyone or promote something unhealthy. And I'm always open for discussion, and I love the healthy criticism. But I felt like this specific words that's been cut out of my video have been been misinterpreted and need a little bit more explanation. And I hope you got that today. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to press the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments what you think about this. I'm open for any discussion, any feedback, and I hope I'll see you in the next of my vlog or food video or workout. Thank you so much for watching this video and being here with me today. Ciao!